Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and you may or may not be hearing dogs barking in the background. Literally have no control over that one, so I am so sorry in advance for that background noise, but there's gonna be pretty music underneath this, hopefully, to help distract you from that if they keep barking. But welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. I hope that you're having an amazing day. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is kind of near and dear to my heart. Namely because we are in a season of transition here in Korea. Around this time in the February season, I know we're still in January, but February is coming up. But around this time, you're starting to recognize that a lot of people who are part of like the spring intake or part of this school year are going to be leaving. Korea is a very like transient country when it comes to the expat community, and so whether you're moving here or have been here for maybe a year or two and or just struggle in general with making friends, I thought I'd put this video out there because if you're anything like me, slightly introverted, but people don't ever suspect it, and just struggle in general with making friends, then I wanted to kind of make a video to help break down some of my tips and tricks for someone who's a little bit more socially anxious and in general just not necessarily the most outgoing person. And just like how I've managed to create the struggle that I have here in South Korea. So, a little bit of a long intro there, but if you're interested in this, definitely please keep on watching. Okay, so a little background on like me, where I'm at, how long I've been here. So I'm coming up to my first year here in Korea, and I do plan on staying here for a second year. Third year is up in the air, but a second year is for sure. The contract is signed, visa's getting renewed, all of that. So in this year abroad, I kind of learned fast that in order to make the most out of this experience, I really did need to make friends. And I was one of those people growing up where I always used to say that I didn't need anyone, and the reality is that's really a defense mechanism, at least for myself, personally speaking. That's a defense mechanism that I had because I didn't have many friends and I was kind of ostracized a lot of my childhood. Yeah, I just didn't have many friends and I was teased a lot, so I just kind of kept a wall up and said I didn't need anyone, I don't need friends, I'm fine on my own. And my already introverted nature just became less introverted, more so like hermit-like, to the point where for a large majority of my life I pretty much had 2 to 3 friends at a time, at least people I would call friends. Now, I also use the word friend kind of very intentionally, and it's kind of like a title earned in my life, but that's just a little bit on me. Moving to South Korea, specifically speaking, I was able to start to build that foundation of friendship by joining Kakao. So if you're moving to South Korea specifically, Kakao is going to be your text messaging app, your phone call app, your group chat app, it's all of that. It's just the popular messaging system here. So what I did was, because I was a part of the EPIC program, which I have 1,000,001 videos on, I was able to join the EPIC 2019 spring intake group chat that we started like unofficially, and I was able to build a foundation of people that I was starting to get to know and would hopefully in person become friends with. And luckily that was the case for a lot of them, most of them, and it was just such an amazing way to build that foundation. And I know that not every country, not every program, everything you do is going to have that, but you'd be surprised, because even upon moving to South Korea, if I didn't do EPIC, there's quite a few Facebook groups that I could have joined and have joined that has multiple people on there, different types of people, different types of groups of people, that I could just reach out and say, hey, I'm feeling a little lonely. I live in this city. Is anyone free to get coffee or just chat or do this or do that? And people are so willing and able and happy to meet other people that are like them, or you know, just go and have coffee with a human and have some interactions. So I feel like across the board with technology nowadays and just the kind of community and social awareness that we have on Facebook and different group messaging apps and things and websites like Meetup, it's such an easy foray into meeting new people, and especially with things like Meetup. On Meetup, if I typed in like Seoul, South Korea, or South Korea in general, I'm going to find so many different groups of not just expats but locals who do the same things that I do and enjoy thinking or talking about a lot of the same things that I do. So it'd just be a really awesome way to connect with like-minded people. So don't ever knock apps or like meetup sites because you think they're lame or you're gonna meet some crazy people. Obviously, you know, always have your guard up and make sure you do check through things to make sure that you're in a safe place and you're in public and stuff when meeting new people from online. Follow all those safety procedures. But overall, online was how I met majority of my friends. And once you join these groups, you can start to feel out individuals. Another way that you can meet people is literally just by going out and doing the things that you like to do by yourself at first, if you must. And I think a lot of people hold a lot of like fear with doing things on their own. At least in the American style society, it's kind of, we are seen very individualistic, right? We're a very individualistic society, but I think as a whole, we often don't do a lot of things alone, or especially as women, I can speak for myself, like there's this weird stigma behind going to the movies by yourself, taking yourself out to dinner, doing a lot of these things that you would typically do with a partner or like with friends, and doing them alone can kind of, I think there's like an unspoken word that sometimes it is weird, but the right people aren't gonna judge you for it. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, it can take a bit of pushing, especially if you are shy and reserved, to go and do things on your own. But honestly, it's a great way, once again, to meet like-minded people. So if you like rock climbing, find a bouldering gym near you and go by yourself, and that's such an easy, organic way to kind of network your way into it. And you'd be surprised at the amount of extroverts that kind of sniff out introverted people in public places. And sometimes you are gonna have to kind of push yourself a little bit. If you see someone who looks like they could be nice to talk to, or if you see a group and they're just like kind of mingling in the corner, I know it takes a lot of courage for some people to do that, and for some people they're just going, nope, ain't doing that, that is not me. But truthfully, when you move to another country, you've already done one super brave thing. I think that, you know, this could be just a little bit less brave, or takes a little less amount of courage to do this, at least in my opinion, than, you know, uprooting your whole life somewhere new. That's just my hot take. But sometimes you are gonna have to kind of do the first hello, and then it kind of unfolds. And what I found is that expat communities, at least here in South Korea, are so welcoming and so willing to just strike up a conversation, because we are the minority and we kind of band together a lot of the time, and you're not always going to get along with everyone that you meet, but I do find that it is a lot easier to meet people while living abroad than in, you know, your own home country, for whatever reason it is. I think it does have to do with being the minority. But yeah, just keep doing the things that you like to do, and you're going to start to meet people who like to do those things. And I mean, one of the best decisions I made was joining a team sport. I think I say this enough, and people are probably sick of me saying it, but literally I can't stop saying how joining Ultimate just was the best decision I could have made living here in South Korea. It exposed me to a new sport, which I've come to really enjoy playing. It allowed me to remain active, but on top of that, it just introduced me to this amazing community of people, not just in South Korea, but worldwide. Like, this is a sport that's played everywhere. So even if I move to, I don't know, I can't think of anything crazier than Korea right now, apparently. I don't know. If I move to Colorado, there's Ultimate there. If I moved to, and I looked into it, if I moved to England, there's Ultimate there. Like, this is a sport that I can take with me anywhere. And this kind of can apply to any hobby, I feel. So joining that team sport really did just open up myself to amazing group of people that, you know, extended into just meeting more and more people. And maybe not everyone became a friend, but it helped me join a community that I feel welcomed in, and it just, best experience, literally best experience. I have no other word for it. And so yeah, joining a team sport is just such a great way, and it doesn't have to be Ultimate, obviously. It can be any team activity. I think, you know, if you like hiking, there are tons of hiking groups. Once again, Meetup is such a great tool to use for that. And it doesn't have to be anything outdoorsy. If you like reading, there are book clubs you can find. Like, there are groups of people who are like-minded who find each other. It's just a human instinct, I think, to find your group, to want to find that group. We are not made to be these lone creatures, and yeah, I just can't say it enough. Find your people by doing the things you love and opening yourself up to trying new things. I didn't know I would like Ultimate, but I was like, what the hey? This person really enjoys it, says it's a really great community. I'm gonna give it a shot, take my money. And I paid for it, and I did it, and I fell in love in more ways than one. So yeah, I highly suggest joining a group of some sort. And just, like I said, pushing yourself a little bit more to say the first hello sometimes. And I know that, like I said, for a lot of people that is a hard thing to do, but if you, I don't know, it's like the whole saying of like, if the journey of 1,000 steps starts with 1 foot or something like that, guys. Please correct me down below. What's that saying? I don't even know. I'll have it somewhere there. You gotta sometimes take that first step. But you'll find that people are a lot more open and willing to just even have a small conversation or invite you somewhere if you show that you're open. And you'd be surprised how easy it is to kind of close yourself off and assume what people are thinking or feeling, but I think that that takes away from your power and, you know, your ownership of like your worth as a friend and as a person, but I think it also takes away the benefit of the doubt for that person, and that's not cool. And I learned that kind of the hard way by isolating myself a lot of life. So yeah, as someone who's an introvert, I get that group functions can feel like a lot. But truthfully, I think they are the key to making and just meeting lots of people that maybe you'll be able to have a connection with 1 or 2 of them. If you open yourself up to experiences, then you open yourself up to hundreds of people that you just wouldn't have met otherwise. And yeah, that's truthfully how I've made most of my friends here in South Korea, is by a lot of the times doing the first hello, you know, engaging in group activities that I probably wouldn't otherwise try if I wasn't in a position where I had to make more friends, and just kind of letting go of a lot of my walls and understanding that not everyone's going to kind of push you away, especially when living abroad, and just, like I said, giving people more of the benefit of the doubt. And you'd be surprised how often you don't, when you kind of maybe have struggled with being bullied growing up, or just in general have always struggled with people. You'll be surprised how many walls you have up. So I hope that this little video kind of gave you some insights on ways to meet people while living abroad. You know, just, you gotta put yourself out there. Same as dating sometimes. People sometimes will just find you, but more often than not, you also have to be putting in effort. So be honest with what you're doing, and honest with like your point of view and your actions and reactions to people. And I wish you the best of luck. and, you know, finding new people, finding your tribe. I promise you, birds of a feather do flock together, and you'll eventually find the people you're meant to be close to. But understand that, you know, the world is just so small nowadays with technology, so you're always at least a phone call away from someone that you really care about or miss back at home if you're living abroad. And don't forget those people. So, thank you so much for watching through to the end. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, just leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Also, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you are living in South Korea and want to join a team sport, or you know, or you will be here for the spring season that starts at the end of March, consider joining Rock U, which is Korea's, I feel like such an advertisement, but do consider joining Korea's recreational ultimate frisbee league. You don't need any prior experience or truthfully any sports background at all to do this. There are plenty of beginners and non-athletic people who come and learn about the sport, enjoy the heck out of it. It's all about the spirit, it's all about the fun. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link down below to the registration link. Also leave your comments in the your questions in the comment section below, and I'll get to them. Follow me on Instagram. You can also DM me there about the Ultimate League if you have any questions at all, or just not even about Ultimate, just in general, want to chit chat. I'm more than happy to talk with you. So yeah, I'll leave my Instagram here somewhere as well. And I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching through to the end. Bye.